So I'm going to record. Hi, all. We're back. And let's get into what are we doing here? What are we doing? Where were we? Oh, yeah, cool. So I got this little guy, right? And it's coming together. Now, Command Y, we're going to have a look at it. Hopefully, we have a nice, beautiful outline. Isn't that beauty? Yeah? So this is nice. If you guys want to see this slowly taking shape, you can hit the I key or eyedropper. That's a nice, maybe easy to remember because eyedropper starts with I. Well, like kind of. So if you click on the shape or the picture, notice Command Y, red. Hey, there's a red dude. Command Y, click, blue. Command Y, click, dark blue. Cool, neat, eh? So isn't that fun? So I can swap between color for my image. So there's a nice light blue. That'll be more the fill body. Go here, and there we go. So we're getting close, right? And that seems to work really well for us. Command Y, so I'm happy there. Are we ready? Let's get into a new layer because this is where we need to start layering our objects. Now, what's next? What's next? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's start and do the, well, the next is going to be the light blue, isn't it? So let's go in and do light blue. So you may want to call this out as main body, as it will be the main body. Let's start with, again, the circle tool here, okay? Now, I probably should have utilized that circle that I had built in there to do this, but you know what? That's okay. We'll make this work. So with the ellipse on, right? ELL, the L key. So hit the L key. Good. Let's go in and make a circle. Okay. There we go. Let's get this on. I don't know. You can try holding shift down. No, shift won't work. We need to actually constrain it or squish it a little bit. Okay. And get it close. This is where my Command U is a pain in the arse. And that is my view smart guides. If you find things are snapping, turn Command U off or just hit Command U, okay? That'll drive you bananas. Now, I'm gonna go in. This is nice because I can kind of see what the outer perimeter looks like and I wanna get it close, right? I wanna get it close on. Again, utilizing that original circle would have been optimal, but I kind of missed that step and that's okay, right? Have a look at it. And it doesn't look like it's quite there, but that's pretty good. I'm gonna go right about there, okay? Good. So we got a circle. That looks nice. Now, let's see if we can't use our shape builder. You ready? Let's go rectangle. Now, ooh, check this out. I started drawing, but notice what happened. Check out the dark outline layer. I started drawing on it, and what's happening is you'll notice I'm building on the wrong layer, aren't I? This is where we need to be. Did I mention hyper aware? I just like to say hyper aware today. I don't know. That's a fun word. We need to be very aware that we're on the correct layer. Okay. And so what I'm just playing around here to get it more accurate here, but select on that circle for me if you could. Command click. Make sure you have a bounding box on it. Good. Go up here. Little red dot. Click, drag up, let go. And that's it. That's how we adjust our layers. Now, if you turn that on and off, amazing. Oh, that actually looks pretty good now, right? Okay, you can, in fact, what I'd like everyone to do is let's hide the dark outline. Just get it out of there. That might be adding confusion to all of us. You can, of course, lock it down here, okay, if you want to, but let's not lock it. Let's just hide it for now, okay? And that way it's kind of not in our way. There we go. So we just hidden the main or the dark outline here just by clicking on the eyeball, okay? Good. Let's go back to it. You ready? Rectangle tool, or you can hit the M, I think it is, right? Notice, pencil with an X on it. I can't do anything because, look at, I'm on my hidden dark layer outline, right? Go up into the main body. Another little tip for this all, if you find that you can't draw on something, Command is black arrow. Click, what I just officially did there all is I went right to my body layer. Isn't that nice? So if you find you're on a layer that's locked or hidden like so, and you're trying to draw on it, don't stress. A nice quick way to get to that layer, of course, is Command and click. And now we can draw. Little tip, okay? Nice, so now that I'm on that layer, as mentioned, rectangle is on. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna draw a rectangle overlapping like so. Let me just fill that in to show you. So there we go. We've got a rectangle and we've got a circle. And this is like that, you know, Pathfinder 101 image that I showed you in the beginning of the class, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to, right, minus front or Shift M, Option, and this is what I do all the time, click drag. I love that I can just remove objects around the perimeter of something really quickly and easily, because that is where Shape Builder is like way above where the Pathfinder is, because I can do really detailed removes. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out. So there we go. We've got something like that, right? You'll notice my Shape Builder was on, or if you want to try this again and you don't want to use your Shape Builder, that's okay. Select on those two objects like I had there. Window, Pathfinder, find your Pathfinder and unite. Don't unite. Sorry. Minus front. There we go. And notice what that did is exactly that. The second one in, minus front. There we go. We've now got that shape. Cool, eh? Now, don't duplicate this yet. Whenever we're doing vector art, we want to create and complete as much of one as the other. So meaning if you have a symmetrical drawing, we're not going to constantly move back and forth. We're going to get one half done, 100%, then duplicate it. Yes? So that's one of those general, like, let's save some time, right? Let's try this together. Oh, check that out. Double clicking into an object all may get you, because that will launch you into this thing called isolation mode. I say get you, sometimes it's really beautiful because it will allow you to isolate an object that you may be working with. Yeah? So notice though, if you get tripped up with this, you may accidentally click on an object and it'll launch you into that thing. Now to get out of it, notice it'll launch it up here to the top left and it's saying, you're in isolation mode. It'll actually show you as well in layers, you're in isolation mode and a path, right? The benefit to this is if it was selected locked or if it was in a grouping of an object, you can then go into it. What I mean by that, let me show you what I mean by that so it makes sense. If I have a square, 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 I then grab those objects and hit Command G, which is a group or object group, right? Here we go. Now I'm going to move it and I'm like, oh, you know, I did a grouping here because it needed to be grouped at the time, but I really just need to go in and make a small edit just to the foot. I don't want to get it. You can, of course, object ungroup, but why when we have isolation mode? So what I can then do is Command, click, click, and it will then allow me to get into any of these objects and move them around. The beauty to this is it's still grouped, right? But it will, and not until you get out of it, will it be grouped again. See that? Isn't that neat? So isolation mode can be handy. Just thought I'd throw it out there. We're not there, but again, it's all good. It's nice. Okay, sorry, that's isolation mode. What I'd like to show you here, let's try this together. Command C, Command F, as in Frank. So what I did there was I Command C, Command paste in place. So I, in theory, have two of them like that. And if you want to click it and move it, you can just see that it's there. Okay. Now with that done, let's see if we can't do Option Shift. Awesome. Now the Option Shift, as I drag in, you'll notice will give me a highlight, something like that, right? Isn't that neat? Okay. I can then put that in place and then I can draw and take this part away with the P key. Yes. And you're like, oh my goodness. So now to make this work, what I'll do is go here, Option. Again, vector's kind of a mind flip. So we need to kind of understand what's going on here. What I did there all is I'm going to remove this big piece and I want to use this as my removal portion. And you're like, wow, that's a lot of work for a little removal. Yeah, you're right, right? But it's all good. when you do it over and over again, it's all good. So we can get something like that. If you're, you know what, you can try that. Command Shift is your shape builder. Select on this and this, and notice here, how cool is that? Shape builder allows me to go in and make adjustments and changes. I'm holding my Option key, and I'm going to just click, delete. And now I just have that one white that's left there. Okay, I'm going to hit the P key for a second, because what's going to happen is do that. Now you might be like, dude, that was a lot of work for something so simple. Yes, and in theory, you know what? I probably would have just gone in with the pen tool and done something like that. And if you're like, dude, why would you show us that then? Well, just, it's good, right? This is where smart guides are really helpful. Check this out. So if you want to try this with the pen tool, you can even delete what you had there. However you go about it, I'm good. Smart objects are really handy in this case. The reason being is I want to be right in alignment here, right, with this node. Now, if you do a Command U, check it out. This is where you're going to swap between Command U over and over again. How awesome is that? It's telling me that I'm in line right now with the other node. I can click now and bend, knowing that I am in 100%. Click to get rid of the bend on it. So what I did there was I clicked, then I can finish it off. Neat, eh? Now if I go command, white arrow, click, and then I can just do, again, Option and bend this up so it looks something like that. That's not bad, okay? If you didn't, just do your best, get to something similar, okay? You can always grab an object at any time. I'm gonna go here with I actually have my black arrow on, so I hit the V key or go up to the toolbar and the black arrow. And maybe I'll just finesse it here, get it closer, right? I'm literally grabbing the whole object now and moving it around, squishing it, pulling it, just get it so it's kind of happy. All right, there we go. That was a lot of work for a little highlight. I know, it's all good, right? Now, what we'll do is we'll grab that and we will go Option, okay? So I'm finding that actually is that's too much. I gotta bring this down, it's driving me crazy. Make it a little more subtle. The highlight should be so big. I'm finding my bend is off too, and that's driving me crazy. Yeah, that's better, okay? And even then, right, we can see that this is supposed to take shape, and that's where that copying, that overall original object was helpful, okay? And maybe I should have done that from the beginning. I did that in the beginning. You guys are like, just move on. Okay, we're good. V key, select on these objects. Good. Now, Command Y, you can do it either in outline mode, Command Y, or preview mode, no matter what, how you do it. Option or Command Option, click and drag. Nice. As mentioned, we should have something like so. Try that again. Option, click and drag. That's your duplicate. Option, click, drag, click, click, click. So I've held Option down, right? Look at that. I've got a bunch of feet. Don't need a bunch of feet. I just need that 1 foot. Option, Option, click, drag. And this again, see the smart guides in action here? Notice how it's telling me that I'm centered. Isn't that cool? So I always hold Shift regardless, but I actually in theory can get away with it without holding Shift. I wouldn't recommend that we rely on that. I always hold Shift down, just thought I'd shout it out, but it's nice that that smart guide is there. Command Y for a second. It's the slight details about this thing that I love. I love that his right foot, his left foot, I guess, is slightly in front of the other one. Isn't that neat? And you're like, okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take away the slightest bit to make it look like this is overlapping, because that in theory is what's going on here, because the stroke is being emulated through. Cool, eh? Now, how do we want to do that? A few ways we can do it. I'm literally just going to draw a really simple shape right here. See that? Now, the whole purpose of this is to just take away this little guy here. Now, I created a little bit of a bend there, and that way we can go in. You ready? This is where Shape Builder is amazing. Command or Shift M. Got it? Option, click, drag, drag, done. How nice. Again, notice I didn't have to go into Pathfinder or anything. I just did Shift M, remove with Option. Okay, if again, you can do that with your Pathfinder. If I select on those two objects and minus front, right? Right here, minus front. That'll take us to the same thing. But that's really nice, right? It just gives us, it's just emulating this little bend, right? Of course, I could have taken it this way. Check that out. And I literally could have grabbed that object like so. If you want to try that, let's give it another go. I like doing things more than one way. You ready? Grab this. We're going to use this just as our removal. Okay. So we're going to go Command, Option, click, drag. What I want to do is I just want to create it and use that bend. Literally, I'm going to need this little piece cut away, right? So it seems like a lot, right? But it really will make it a beautiful bend and follow that line, won't it? Okay. So now with that done, maybe we want to go to the V key. I can select on those two objects. Don't grab this one. That's the main foot, right? We're going to grab the two that I need to have intersect. And then you can try that minus front. Check it out. It actually, this one was to the front, wasn't it? So if that tripped you up, keep in mind, minus front will only, of course, minus the front. When I did my duplicate, what it did was it put this one to the top, hence, or sorry, to the back. So this one was on top, and when I had minus, oh my goodness, you're like, dude, no, Shift M, Option, click and drag, and there you go, right? This, though, be careful because you might have added nodes that show up here, and that's not cool. What the hell happened there? Why did that show up? Oh, I accidentally had clicked somewhere. Very important, make sure you don't have open-ended nodes places. How did that happen? Where did that come from? I must have clicked on something by accident. Okay, that's all good. Oh, that's when I started drawing it with my pen tool here. That's what happened. I didn't undo enough, or I didn't delete enough. Okay, it's all good. I'm Norm, I'm good, I'm good. So that's a lot. I'm gonna just, hopefully you got there. I'm gonna go there, select, Shift M, Option, click, drag, remove. And we have something like that now. Nice, okay? It's pretty good. All right, now let's move on. Again, that angle is actually a little too stark because we use the inside object and not the overall stroke. And if anyone's like, please just move on. Okay, we'll just move on. That's good. I guess I'll deal with that. Again, remember this in essence all is right here. See what I mean? That in essence, and why it's throwing my eye right now and bothering me is because it needs to be the same width here. It's a fake stroke, really. It's kind of like emulating a stroke, right? Anyway, you guys are like, oh my gosh, but I can't do this. I can't deal. I gotta fix this. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm literally going to draw it as I wanted it to be. That's nice. See that? See how I'm emulating the stroke? That's not even getting me there though, is it? Holy hell. And something just subtle like that even is enough. We're just emulating that overall look, right? That's better. Holy heck. Okay, cool. Command Y, have a look. Yeah, all right, we're getting there. Let's get into the legs. Now, I'm going to actually create a new layer here, all. I want my highlights to be on their own layer. So what I'd like you all to do is go here, hit Shift, actually with your black arrow on. So I hit the V key if you could, that's fine. Click, hold down Shift, click and click. And I want you to grab those two highlights, okay? Now we're gonna create a new layer, drag up. Do that again with me. New layer right here. Grab that green dot, click up. You've moved into this layer now, and it should go to dark blue for everyone. Now we can go here, and I want you to call this out as highlights to separate it out, okay? We'll come back to that layer at the end. That'll be our last thing we do, one of the last things we do, okay? Amazing. Now, rectangle. get back into the body layer, because what you're going to find is you're going to try to do something and it won't work, right? Because you're in a hidden layer here, right? So if you go to do something, oops, you get this pencil, remember, it's because I'm in a hidden layer, or, right? It may be locked. So again, nice way to get through that. Command, click. Nice. That'll take me to, and not only that, it'll take me to the layer I want to be on as well, which is nice. Rectangle all, let's get in. I'm just going to draw a rectangle from here to here. Okay, good. Command Y. Let's have a look at it. Nice. Okay. You may, yeah, that looks pretty good, right? You may want to have the outlines on for this one so you can kind of check out what that looks like. And you can just go in and like have a look here. So what I did there all is I just showed my, my dark background just so that I can kind of see how close I am with that. And at the end of the day, I just need you to get close. It doesn't have to be exact. Command Y though, and let's go back into it. This is where the Command U or smart guides kind of get in your way, because I'm trying to do some finessing and tiny moves where smart guides want to snap to things. So Command U, you can turn it off and on, or View smart guides, uncheck. And there we go. Now you'll notice we're going to use Pathfinder one more time. Shape. All I'm going to do is draw a rectangle. See that? Good. Command, Option. That will give me my duplicate function. And I want you to duplicate and bring another rectangle down. So in essence, what we now have are two rectangles on top of that other one, like so. Right? Again, select on those objects. So Command, Select, minus front. Amazing. Knock it out. Or Shift M, Option, click, drag, drag, drag. Drag, drag, drag. Neat, eh? Either way. Probably Pathfinder is the easiest for that. Just click, minus front, that'll knock out. And then you then have, all right, one object. Sorry, if you do it with the shape builder, it won't be grouped. If you do it with the Pathfinder, it will be a grouped object, okay? So that's nice, right? We'll go there. What I'm gonna now do is Option, click and drag over. And as you drag, hold Shift, get that in place. They're duplicated, right? Good. We'll come back to this maybe in a second. Well, what the hell, let's get it done. Circle, this is interesting. We need to do a knockout here, don't we? And it emulates kind of the stroke within the hand, like the Pac-Man here, right? So what I'd like everyone to do is do Shift, Select. Check that out. Neat, eh? So we are going to, what I need to do is just create, or I could pen tool this if you wanted to. It's just real subtle. But I'm going to do it with a circle to make sure that it is 100% where I need it. Okay. So there's my circle, Command, and I can then move it. If you'd like to do it that way, you can, right? And maybe I'll get it so that it gets rid, and it doesn't have to be amazing, just something like that looks great, okay? And then what we can do is try this. Select on the object, minus front. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Because we had this one is on the front. So there's minus back, which is the lesser of the ones. Oh shit, sorry. This is where it gets a little tedious, right? Because this is a grouping and an object, this is where my shape builder is really awesome. And again, if you know, this, let me just do this here. There we go, right? Now to minus front, what you'll notice is it's not taking the whole object, it's taking this one part of the group of the object. Drives me crazy, right? We in fact needed to create this as a compound path, then do it. We don't want to do that. We want to do a Shift M. Option, click, remove, and we're finished. Okay? That's how I'd highly recommend you go about it. Right? Nice and easy. Or if we had this done up, you would need to ungroup this, right? Which is object ungroup. Then just select on the one part and then minus front. See that? So it's because it was grouped that it didn't work very well, right? And that's where the shape builder again can be beneficial. And not only for that, but even doing it here would have been nice because then I had separate pieces instead. Anyway, it's all good. So something like that looks fine, okay? Moving on, what do we got? Let's go and get some easy stuff done. The body, nice little square here. A little square, nice little square. We'll do that, finish it off, Command Y. Okay, look at that. And now if you guys hit Command, you can massage these, put them in place at any time. Drag, drop a node, good, okay? And that's a square, nice. Let's go in and see if we can't practice our pen tool. You ready? I know, we haven't practiced enough. Click, 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 yep. What I want you to try and do is, let's go here, click and drag out, like so. You get that okay? I know it can be frustrating. Notice too, when I got that all done, I looked at it and went, dude, this line is supposed to be coming straight down. And notice how that's not clearly like that. So I need to finesse it. And that's where the Command key comes in. And now I can get, see how that's nice in alignment now? Whereas that was way over to the right. It's way too close here. It's supposed to be a beautiful stroke that's coming down here. And so this is where we look at it and we just make adjustments accordingly. And that's with my Command held down all. So once you get that done up, right, you can go in and adjust this with Option at any time. See if you can't get that something nice. It's good practice with the pen tool. Here we go, a nice square one, sort of. I'm gonna, even though that shows it this way, I might just digress and cheat a little bit because I'm finding that it's not following quite the way I want it to. We're gonna do Option, click and drag out, click, drag, click and finish off. Nice, so we got that little hand in there. The circle key actually is a really neat thing. They added this in here. It actually allows you to do a Pac-Man. Check this out. This is your Pac-Man functionality. Where is it now? There it is. Check that out. Neat, eh? And you're like, what was that? Do that again with me. Draw a circle, hit Shift, Command Y for me. There we go. So just draw a circle here, Pac-Man, right? We've got a Pac-Man shape. So get that in there looking like a so, okay? Now, this is neat. If you hover over top of this one pulley to the right, you will notice it'll come up with a little tiny icon. It looks like a piece of pie. And that basically is telling you that you can create Pac-Man. Hey, look at that. How neat is that, right? Cool. So what we can do in essence here, I don't think, if you rotate it, give it a try. Let's see if we rotate. I don't know that it will change. Oh shit, it does too. Cool. So what I'm going to do here is Command. I don't use this very often, clearly. Command, click, Shift, and let's just rotate it like so. This still won't work because it's going to take it from there. We'll go back and forth. Oh, are you kidding? Check that out. Right? It's still not super good because it's, you know, it gets us a circle and gets us a cutaway. Anyway, I don't know that I'm going to freaking use it anyway because it's nice and it's a cool little thing, but it's not giving me what I need because it's not getting it to a point that I'm satisfied with. But that's kind of fun, isn't it? Right? We can go here, bend it that way, and go here, bend it that way, and maybe go here again. Whoop. You ready? A key, white arrow, click, and then we can just do that. So we got there. It just took a little bit of finessing with the A key and the ability to then move that into place, okay? You could have, of course, done the circle and then drew a square minus front, right? That's another option. So many ways, so many ways. Here's a fun one. Let's do rectangle is M. Good. Start here at the bottom left, click, drag up. Now, rounded rectangle, we did this last exercise, right? Command Y for a second. Now with my rounded rectangle on, or sorry, with my rectangle on, as I have here, you'll notice we can, and we did this last week, grab that and bend it. This is not working for me because notice it's a square right here, isn't it? So let's do a Command Z for a second. Now, A key is our white arrow, or you can go into the white arrow, okay? Deselect off of everything for a second. I want you to marquee select right there. See that? By marquee selecting, you're just gonna grab those two nodes. Now you can, of course, grab that area at any time. Notice it actually extends the shape because you're working with a shape object, which is your standard circle, right, that we looked at last week. That being said, sorry, undo, 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 undo. Try that again, marquee select. Now, grab from the corner, check this out. I know I can zoom in, doesn't really make a difference. Command Y, the reason I'm gonna do that is I wanna be able to see underneath, but check this out. It will bend for us. Command Y for a second, let me do that again. Try that with me. Marquee select on just the top, bend. Whoop. And you'll notice it'll go red because it's going to tell you that you're at a point where it can no longer, right? That's that bend, that's rounded it off. How fun is that, right? Super nice. Yay. All right, moving on. Hit the P key. All right, back at it. And I'm gonna go here, click, shift, click, and I'm just gonna draw this in really quickly as a triangle. Looks nice. It's got a bit of a shadow, it seems, from his head, so that kind of works out well. Okay, let's get this part of his head done. Click, connect the dots here, just corner to corner to corner, and that'll fill in for us. Amazing. Awesome. Okay, so we got that now. Now we're almost there. Command Y. We've got some breaks in here, don't we, that we're going to do for the arm as well. So I'm going to hit the M key one more time. Rectangle, marquee select. Or marquee. Just draw a rectangle like so, okay? Now, I'm gonna go here to show it to you all. It should have something like that, right? Just a blue rectangle on top of this one. Command Y, okay? I need to see the Command Y so that I can just move that into place. I'm gonna grab it with my black arrow, Option, click and drag. Amazing. Try Command D. Amazing. Try that with me one more time. We duplicated at exact equidistant, right? So Option, and you can try this if you want. You don't have to do it here, right? Option, click and drag. I'll just move it over here for a sec to show you. Option, click and drag. Let go. Let go of all your keys for a sec. Command D, 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 D. Amazing. There's like, that's a beauty there, right? I'm going to select on all of them. Option, click and drag, D, 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 D. And I've got a really cool instant background for this dude, right? Nice. I just thought I'd show that to you. That's in exact essence what I'm doing here. I'm just going to do it once. So Command, Option. Notice I get a white arrow with a plus sign. It's going to do the same deal. Click and drag. It then converts to that double arrow. Let go of everything, and then Command D. Nice, see that? How quick? And that'll just put those all three equidistant in exactly where we need to be. Command Y for a second, sorry. Let's have a look at it. Again, this is where we can go in, select on all four pieces, rectangle, 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 and then we can minus front, and you can do that. Or Shift M, Option, click drag, click drag, click drag. Again, the benefit to that is it's not a grouping. See that? They're individual. And depending on how you work, you may want that to be one group, right? It just depends on the shape or that tool you want to use, I guess. Okay. We're getting there. Got a little piece in here that I need to fix, right? So I'm going to add in some of this little part of the arm, which doesn't really make sense because the stroke's not quite that thick, but that's okay. We'll kind of cheat it, right? All I did was create a little triangle there, okay, with the pen tool. The tiniest touch, just showing that he's got his arm there. That looks good, okay? Command Y. All right, we're getting there all, right? These are going to be knockouts. We got some highlights to go. What do we got next? Let's do the gear. This is fun. So we're gonna do the same thing we kind of did with the other gear, aren't we? We're gonna create circle, circle, unite it, circle, circle, unite it, or sorry, minus front it, unite it. So you're like, okay, let's just do it. So ellipse tool, right? And I'm gonna draw a circle. You can hold shift if you like. Again, I'm finding these ones, even holding shift down is not quite where I want it to be, okay? Go something like that, Command Y, have a look at it. Okay, I'm clearly off. I'm gonna go here, bend it. And if everything is done well, I'm hoping that my outer that I've done here, and if you wanna turn this on at this time all, you can, that's your dark outline. Remember, it's been hidden this whole time. You may wanna turn it on. I might even lock it down. That will allow me to kind of see, there we go, see this? That will be a lot better of an indication as to how to make sure that this is done properly, right? Because if I go in and I just follow this image, I may have made some ever so slight tweaks to it, because again, we're working with pixels, right? It's a piece of garbage image. So you're doing your best. Now that is much better than the one I had before. Notice how it's kind of nice and rounded, okay? So that'll work, this is working. What I now can do, you ready? Is I want to create, and don't get confused with this one, that's the background one. Ready? Let's do this. You know what? Let's just freaking go in and draw a circle. There we go. Get it in there. Something like that. Command Y. Okay. Now, if you want to have a look at it, you can change the color of them, right? You may, again, look to center it. Center, center. Oops, shit. Look what happened, right? It just centered to the artboard. I want this to be centered to the selection. Center, center, that's better. Didn't look like it moved much because I did okay, right, at getting it centered. That's much better, okay? And then what we need to do is the same deal, knock this out, right? Or Shift M, Option, click, done. How nice is that, right? Shift M, Option, click, remove. Hit the P key for a second, that'll get you back to your pen, or the V key is handy to just go back into the arrow key. We're gonna select on here, Command Y, let's have a look. Option, click and drag, and let's see how close this is. Can we at least use this guy? Fingers crossed, let's hope. This is really close. Command Y, hey, that's acceptable. Okay, I'm just going to manually kind of eye this. Again, this is a shitty image, so do your best, right? It needs to represent it close, but that's pretty darn good, okay? So I was able to use this with a bit of finessing, okay? We're not quite there though, are we? Select. So I now have two rings and they're overlapping, right? You can use your Pathfinder Unite, or you can use Shift M and just select on those objects, and that'll unite it. Neat, eh? Okay, cool. We're getting there all. Let's hit the V key. We've now got that, that. Let's see if we can't watch some magic happen here. Okay, let's do this. If we've done everything right and well, we should be able to go up. And if you Option click on a layer, everyone. So I'm going to Option click just in that layer up here in this area. It will then select on everything within the layer. It's Command A basically, right? If you want to try Command A, that's a select all. If you want to zoom out, everyone, spacebar command and just zoom out for a second, you may want to do this and just move those pieces. I do this all the time just to kind of see if I've got everything, because sometimes I may have a selection lock, which we haven't got to yet. But this is really handy. So this is good. What I need now to do is Command Y. Okay. I drop is the I key, or click on the I drop. And what I want you to do is click right here. It then take color, hopefully, even though it doesn't look like it's done anything. Command Y. Yay! He's so sweet. Right? Looks good. I may have done a bit of finessing here a bit, but that's pretty nice. I think that's done a good job. Okay. Check this out. Let's see if we can't use oh, isn't that cool? This is a beauty for when, remember I looked at isolation of an object, right? If you want to try this, you may be bang on. Even though this is a compound path, meaning this is a donut hole that we've cut out of this gear, I need to bump this up ever so slightly, because even though it is right on, I'm finding I'm off. See, you can just tell, right, that it's not right on where it needs to be. Check this out. This is beauty. If I unlock it for a sec, okay, if I hit my command, that'll bring up my black arrow. Just try this with me. Click, click, real quick. Remember we looked at isolation mode. It's now telling me that I'm in a compound path. I can click on this compound path piece and bump it up ever so slightly. How awesome is that? That maintains it as a compound path, but I was able to go in and make a slight adjustment to it. Notice, that's a little better. I still need to bump it up. It would be nice if they showed the overlapping for me. That's okay. And I know, and then click, 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 click on the artboard. That'll get you out of isolation mode. So click, click, take you in. I can make really tiny adjustments. Back. Oh, that's better. Nice. Yes? And if you're like, dude, seriously, I know, it's all good. Try it again over here. I'm finding that this needs to be a bigger hole. Click, 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 get into isolation mode, click into that circle. Let's make it ever so slightly bigger. Shift and just click, and let's just drag this out ever so slight. Back in. Come on, get out. Yes. Good. I'd still need to do some finessing, but let's not worry about that right now. Okay, we're there. Let's stop that and we'll come back maybe 20 more minutes. I won't force anyone to be here. What we'll do is I do have a videos already done, and maybe I'll just let you watch the last video. How's that sound? And that way I don't have to do a 4-hour class either. Yeah, you're gonna have to keep working at it, but this is your homework. Good news, right? So if you're here in class 3 hours, I know 3 or 4 hours of homework for this class isn't too bad. I know we're busy working on our Photoshop covers, I hope. Yes, because they're coming due, so just keep an eye on that. But yay, we're getting there, right? How much fun is this? Oh, I'm so excited. We're gonna see if we can't flip this, and we're gonna create a little rocket coming out of his feet for yours that we're doing, because I just feel like that's fun. I haven't done that before. Okay, sorry, stop share. 24 of us. We're